So Tyler Zagrzewski. My company is Weber's Heating and Cooling. It is named after my 2-year-old son. We recently moved back to North Carolina. It's where I went to school. It's kind of where we're from. I have spent over a decade in the trades in both Texas and Arizona. I got to work with some really, really great individuals in this space, everywhere from small mom and pop shop. The owner had owned it for 30 years to a small company that was trying to flip, all the way up to corporate who with the Wrench Group, where I got to work in Arizona with a $45 million company. Um, Learned a lot of different ways in which companies can be successful at this. I learned a lot of ways in which they are not successful. Um, Ultimately, though, my core belief in wanting to help people didn't see eye to eye with the corporate side of things, and they seemed to lose a lot of that family feel. So that's where I wanted to start my own company and make sure that I could build a company the right way without losing that family feel. So that's ultimately why I started my own business, and I'm really looking forward to getting out there, growing. And through a couple of the companies I work with, I got involved with Nexstar. So I was fortunate enough to go to probably a dozen different trainings with Nexstar, um, in which they have a lot of their partnerships and their companies that they work with. And when I was looking to start my own company, I still had access to that list, and I had noticed Plumbing SEO was one of them. So that became one of my questions of, hey, who I'm going to talk to a couple different folks. I ended up talking to about 6 different marketing agencies to do it. The first person I actually contacted is one I've used in the past, and they didn't even respond. The other 5, I got to talk with each of them. I had one gentleman out of Canada. Seemed very limited, I guess. He was very quick to answer my phone call, but really poor on his follow up after that. So that was kind of a deterrent for me. And Rival was the other one, which is a relatively new company. Their approach seemed a little bit different. They were nice, but they were unwilling to work with the PPC and how they did their PPC pricing than they were already doing. So it just didn't make sense to me. Mainly, I spent probably 2 to 3 weeks watching and trying to figure out how to build my own website, and immediately thought this is not where my specialties or my forte lies. It's, again, not something that I couldn't figure out. I'm sure I could have, but I wouldn't have been able to create what you guys have created. I've learned that, look, I'm in this case, I'm the visionary. I got the vision of what it wants to look like. I don't need to be the one who has to do every aspect of it. I love being hands-on with everything and in that aspect, but I knew that building a website is something I've never done. So why would I start now with something that is so vastly important? Talk to the House Call Pro, they acted like you don't even need a website. And in this day and age, if you're operating without a website, you might as well not operate. It doesn't make sense. You need to have something that looks professional, that's going to drive people when people need to, it's their first glimpse of who you are. Before they talk to you, before they interact with you, they're going to look at your website. That's going to tell them so much before they even make a phone call. So that's why I need someone who knew what they were going to do, and ultimately you guys had a lot of examples, but truthfully, I think the website we created were from 2 examples that other people created that you guys were able to very quickly blend and mesh and hit the nail on the head with what I was envisioning for the website. So it's a good choice. It was very smooth. Christian was quick to answer, straightforward with me. He didn't delay. I mean, just honest and straightforward. Didn't try to beat around the bush. You guys didn't try to beat your chest and say we're the best, we're the cheapest. It was just, no, here's what we're going to deliver for you. It was all focused on what you guys were delivering and not what it cost or how you're going to save this and do that. It was about what you're going to deliver, which to me is where you need to talk. That's what we're talking about. If you're talking about the price, then you don't believe the price is a good price. So no, it's been fantastic. You're quick to respond again. Hey, I'm just quick to respond to say, hey, I've heard it. We need this follow up. You're easy to work with. The Some of the questioning's just coming from I'll say, so some of the onboarding questioning's coming from a startup that doesn't have anything in place yet, and I guess me being more proactive than most of like, hey, I know I want to get all these things, but I don't have any up front. So a lot of the questionnaires we had to fill out, I was like, there's nothing for me to fill out because we don't have any of it yet. But
Mm.
other than that, it's been great. Highly recommend. Yeah. I think your team. It was easy because I would throw curveballs. Like when I like for instance, the website design is you guys may have had set templates, but I gave you three different sites that were made by different companies, and you guys were very quickly to say, "I let me hear what is it about this?" And then you guys very quickly took what I said and blended it all exactly how I really was envisioning it. And the fact that I didn't have to explain it more than once on each of those sites was because you listened to the whole process. I mean, it was just I think the team you've been great relaying over to the team. The work they've been able to produce is awesome. Um, yeah, really exciting.